I mean, like I said, like that's another joy of the job. You know, like we are fans ourselves, so we pretty much design our products in the magazine or the award show to be like, what would we want to see? I watch the Grammys and I think that's bullshit. I watch the MTV Video Awards and I'm like, I haven't even seen a guitar yet. Not even, let alone metal music. I haven't even seen a fucking guitar. So it's, you know, and I know from my friends and your friends and everyone else here that those metal isn't dead and people like this music, and you know, every athlete trains to metal and every stadium you go to listens to metal, and it's what gets people pumped up and energized. They don't listen to, you know, all respect to Lady Gaga, I'm not, you know, that's not going to whip up a crowd into a frenzy at a stadium. Maybe it will. I don't know what kind of stadium that is or what sport that is, but she's amazing. Nothing against her, but it's a very viable industry, and it's I always say, and it's a genre of music that's never in style and never out of style. Where fans are always there. They're not fair weather fans, and they're very passionate about what they do. So, if we do a tattoo issue or a Pantera issue, we go balls out, full throttle. Like how we want, you know, and Vinnie Paul was happy with it, you know, and the people that run the Pantera estate were very happy with it, and we want Pantera themselves to be happy. We want the Pantera fans to be happy. These are not fans that are easily pleased. And as you know, when a fan isn't happy about something, you'll fucking hear about it. So I hear about everything that people don't like about the award show, everything they don't like about the magazine, and we really take it to heart. And we want to make everybody as happy as they can be. And, you know, not an easy job, but it's something we care a lot about.
You were just mentioning how a lot of athletes, you guys had the Dallas Cowboys at the awards show because, you know, heavy music is such a huge impact. And we haven't really seen somebody really represent heavy music at the Super Bowl halftime show. So if there's a band out there that you think is ought to happen, it could happen, which band do you see? Whether it's like, it can be obviously hard rock or heavy metal.
Well, you know, at halftime, they always, they do like 3 songs? I mean, I fucking love The Who. I thought they did great. You know, Springsteen did great. You know, I'm a classic rock guy. But as far as a metal hard rock band, like, I mean, AC/DC would kind of crush balls. They would be amazing. My personal love of Motorhead would go very far. You know, because, you know, you need like anthems, you know, and Ozzy's got anthems. Lemmy's got anthems. Mr. Halford has some pretty badass anthems. And I don't know, maybe AC/DC. They might be the ones, you know. Everyone, my grandma knows AC/DC, you know. So, you know, a lot of this shit is metal and spirit, you know, or hard rock, you know.
Right, exactly.
Very, very fine line between all of it.
Yeah, it's a very fine line. I mean, it really is.
I'll put my 2 cents in for them. AC/DC.
I've always said, you know, if you're gonna limit yourself as far as what the record labels are telling you, this is this and this and that, and that's all you're gonna listen to, that's closing your mind to so much awesome stuff that's out there, because there's so much good music out there.
Absolutely.
You know, like whether it's like hardcore, whether it's punk rock, whether it's heavy metal, whether it's hard rock.
The reality is when you do Super Bowl, you're like, I need a band that can appeal to 90 million or whatever it is, a billion people around the world, you know. And I don't know who that band is, but it'd be great to get metal into that way, because they're definitely using metal to pump up the crowd, and you're using metal for everything else. Why don't you give back to metal, you know? Give back to metal, NFL. Get on it. Maybe the Dallas Cowboys could get a little better. I don't follow football too much, but I am aware that they suck, and it would be nice if maybe if the Cowboys got better, then they could force their way on there or something. We'll see.
I mean, they're already part of the family. You guys brought him in. And that's what I was saying. That's the influence of heavy music, is worldwide movement. And it's influences like
sports, horror movies, tattoos, ultimate fighting, pro wrestling, like comic books. Like metal is not just on a record. It's a lifestyle that permeates through a lot of other genres, and genres that, you know, go hand in hand with what we do, you know? Like you said, drinking beer, wearing denim, wearing leather, riding a motorcycle, smoking mad weed. It's all metal.
Spiking your hair.
Spiking your hair. That's so not metal at all.
It's all about being yourself. And before we get out of here, Josh, I mean, you guys, as I said before, you guys did such a tremendous job with the award show. I'm sure there were a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of stress, and you guys are already working on the 3rd, because obviously it's going to have to be a step up from what you guys did, and it's going to be hard.
We have 2 bands in mind that have never appeared, and I think they're long overdue for appearing at the Golden Gods. So we're going to make a very hard push for them to be at the show next year.
I mean, think the fact that you guys brought Fear Factory, because as we know, that's a comeback right now with Dino back, and they're one of, I mean, the new record is amazing.
They are tighter than witches, you know what. They having Gene Hoglan and drums is amazing, and for them to reunite for the first time in 8 years and play with a new lineup was amazing. You'll see Fear Campaign tonight on the show. It's lethal. So good. And everyone really enjoyed it. And they got the girls dancing. They got the ladies dancing, which is nice. That's such a bonus to have. Is I didn't see women at shows about 10 years ago, and there's so many more women now. And I'm on behalf of all the men in metal, welcome.
Oh, absolutely.
Good to see you there.
It is always surprising.
Playing in bands too, and it's empowering for them to feel that they can play and they're just as good as the boys, and a lot of times better. And it's great to have them along for the ride as well, and show that everyone's included. Black bands, white bands, Chinese bands. Like, it's a very diverse genre, you know, and that doesn't always get to show that side of stuff, you know.
And the more the merrier, I say. Like, you know what? I think there's one genre out there, and you've been in media for a long time, working with Revolver, and one of the musical genres that has really benefited from the internet is heavy music. Because all of a sudden you can hear bands from like South America, from Japan, from Australia that you would have never heard of otherwise. And we are diehards, so we do actually go by stuff. Right. I mean, I do. I know you do.
Well, I'm like someone who, like, you know, I'll watch China Live and watch Betty White on there, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh man, they did a death metal song. And everyone's like, oh, that's funny. I'm like, no, that's a death metal song. Like, is anyone else seeing this? Like, when you see a commercial or something, there's a black metal dude in the background, you're like, is anyone else seeing this? Is anyone else, you know, holy shit. Like, it bubbles up through mainstream culture every once in a while, and it's kind of funny how it does that. So, you know, it's cool that it's underground. It's cool when it bubbles up as well, you know.
A great example of that is Jimmy Kimmel had one of the performances that you guys had with Rob Zombie on the TV show. He had Slayer last week. Their comeback of Tom Araya, you know what I mean? That's what people like that.
Guys like a Conan O'Brien or Jimmy Kimmel every once in a while will support metal, and it's great. Like, Kimmel's had on Slayer, like you said, he had on Rob Zombie. Conan's had on Dillinger, Lamb of God, Mastodon. Like, every once in a while they let someone through, and you're happy that they do. And hopefully it's, you know, hopefully it's little cracks in a dam, and then the dam's gonna blow.
Dude, Conan had Slipknot like what, 2-3 times when everybody was like scared of Slipknot. He's like, no, let's bring him in.
It's like, you know, behind the 9 masks of scary clown dudes, this is a really fucking good band. And I brought my sister to see Slipknot at the Garden. She's not a metal fan. She's like, this is awesome. I'm like, I know. It's great stuff. So anytime it can bubble up to the mainstream, I think it's a positive thing, you know, for everybody involved. So it's good.
So on behalf of all the fans, we want to thank you so much for putting the award show together.
My pleasure.
And as I said, Horns Up has your back because we're doing the same thing all together. We're a family, a unit, and we'll keep going. So thank you, brother.
Thank you. See you in the pit.
Yeah.
It's all that I say.